What up? It's 11:50 p.m. November 23rd, 2020. It's a Monday. What's good? What's good? It's been about 20 days since we last podcasted live on election night. Took a little mini break just to, process everything that's going on. At least for me, I needed a little break just to process everything that's been going on. There's a lot going on depending on, there's a lot going on for everybody, as a collective. And sometimes we just need to, we need time to process, man. We can't just keep going. There's a lot of shit going on, and it's hard times for a lot of people. I can't say that I'm doing better than a lot of people. I'm just trying to do my best every single day. There was a few days, a couple weeks ago where I felt not too good. Now I just needed to disconnect, zone in, hone in, like just ground myself, like, unplug, get off social media, just, focused on real life, what's in front of me for a little bit, because there's a lot, man. There's a lot of uncertainty up in the air, as far, going back 20 days to the election. We still don't even, we have a president-elect right now. But I don't know, it seems confusing. It seems like up in the air.
Hey man, but we thought it was gonna be the end of the world after November 3rd. But we're still here. It's just like it's kind of one of those like, damn, we are literally in limbo. Like, it's just like everybody's just like, I don't know what's going on, but I gotta just, people, it's like, it's kind of like everybody's just sitting around and just waiting for whatever the fuck is going to happen, And it's like, it's like, it's uneasy. It's an uneasy feeling. And, I've been feeling kind of weird lately too. Just like, man, sometimes when you stay home every day, man, you go crazy, man. Same setting, the same shit you see every day. And even if you go out, it's usually to go get supplies and stuff. And it's kind of like just still the same,
Yeah.
You don't really like get to change shit up. And especially it gets colder now. You don't really get to like see nature as much because it's going to be colder. Leaves are falling and, stuff like that. But shit, so Sister just announced a 3-week pause yesterday. I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of that. And it's kind of damage a lot of businesses for sure.
Yeah, so, man. Well, Vegas is just, a few steps behind like California, New York, other big metropolitan cities. They have real strict lockdowns right now, curfews, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Even outdoor dining is shut down in LA right now. So Vegas is just a few steps behind, according to like the governor. Like, we're a really high risk area, more so than neighboring states like Arizona. And it is detrimental, I think, to a lot of these businesses out here. 25% capacity for all restaurants, gyms, all these other small businesses, all except for like hair salons and barbers, and they can still operate at 50%. But casinos, restaurants, hotels, all those other gyms, fitness clubs, they got to operate for 25% for the next 3 weeks, and then they're going to reevaluate. And if things don't get better by then, they're going to really shut shit down. The week of Christmas, that's the 22nd, I think they're going to do another update. So there is a lot of uncertainty. It's been 20 days since our last podcast. I feel like a lot has been going on, to be honest, in my life at least. I'm just trying to find my routines and the consistency of things. I feel like I don't know. So I have a few projects going on right now. We obviously we took a little break from this, but To Reserve podcast. I'm making clothes. I'm reading. I'm going out into nature. I'm fishing like a week ago. I went fishing like 3, 4 days in a row, and it's like we're not just going off like some like we're getting out. We're getting up early, 4 a.m. in the morning, being ready, be heading out by 5, driving out there 45 minutes, hiking half a mile, getting all our shit set up, fishing for 4 to 5 to 6 hours, and then hiking back up, and then going home, cleaning our fish, and then I got to come back and do all my other duties, as far as being a father and a partner and just everything, and just trying to keep up on my projects and on my reading. And I started a new book, Stillness Is the Key. Right now, it's everything. Right now, I want to talk about that later. It's just everything. Like this whole book resonates with me right now. But like I said, a couple weeks ago, I wasn't feeling too good. Right after the election, I just seen a lot of division and hate, and I was feeding into it, and I recognized it, and I had to take a step back and take a break, because I was feeding into it, and once I recognized it, I had to take a step back, disconnect, focus on social media, meditate more, pray more. So I feel like, yeah, in my life, there's been a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot of people are not doing too well right now. Like I said, I can't say that I'm doing better than most, but I'm trying to keep afloat. Um, Things could be a lot better. Trust with in my situation right now, um, financially, security wise. But I have a lot of plans that are in the future. Um, and I'm just praying and doing my part every day and hope things follow through. I have big faith. I've developed a big faith, so I try to stay calm and keep my head on throughout all this shit. And I encourage anyone to develop that, because that's all you can do. You have to plan for the future and prepare for the worst. But also keep your head on and keep faith, man. That's all I've been trying to do these last couple of weeks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
And about
there's a
the
lot.
election, like after the election, it was how I viewed it is that I don't know. It was the first time in my lifetime that I've seen like it's weird, like this certain divide, and it's I don't know how to explain it because like when Obama was running against like McCain, it wasn't like that, and like or it was like Al Gore, George W. Bush, it wasn't like oh my side won, yay, I'm gonna go like
No, the
oh maybe
division is real right now.
with Obama is different because he was like the first black president and everybody celebrated. But it was like when Biden won, people were out in the streets, going crazy. And then there's the opposite side, Trump supporters mad and stuff. It was like it was weird, but honestly, I felt that it was just that day or the day after, you know.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
after that day, everybody was like, okay, it kind of like just like settled down a little bit, and like everybody's like, oh, I gotta go fucking pay my bills. Like, oh, we're not gonna get a stimulus check. We're not gonna get this and that.
Yeah.
Trump's pissed that he lost, so he's probably just gonna leave everybody in limbo until January 21st or 23rd, wherever the fuck it is, you know. And shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like even Obama said it, like, just the fact that like how close the votes were. We are divided, man. If 150 million people voted, 70 they each got like 70 something million votes. So that is a tall telling sign. And the fact that it's been being dragged on because of all the accused voter fraud, which is craziness. Like, it's just like we never before have we seen something like this. This whole year. So I mean, that just fits right in with this whole year.
Right. And
Nothing is going as planned or as smooth. And I think it's like, honestly, like, I think a lot of this is not a coincidence that people are on the edge and uneasy, and the uncertainty and the fear and the panic and the despair. It's not a coincidence that all of this is happening, one thing after another, one after another, after another. And that's why I stress like trying to keep the energy up, trying to keep the momentum up. Feel down, feel out, take the time, but don't stop, you know? And that's just the wave that I've been on for real, for real. And um, you know, it's just a weird time, man. And with all the new restrictions coming out, COVID cases going up, that's I guess that's just is what it is. I do know a lot more people that are. I mean, I can't say a lot more people, but I know people. I mean, just hearing it. Oh, boom! So and so got it. So and so got it. My dude's my good friend's grandfather who actually passed from it. He beat pneumonia back and forth to the hospital. He beat pneumonia, caught pneumonia, beat it, back and forth to the hospital, contracted COVID, and then passed away from that. So, this is real. It's really out here. It's not going away. Obviously, I don't have to repeat myself. I don't have to tell you guys this. It's really out here. It's not going away. They're trying to push vaccines on us. I'm hearing different timelines from vaccines from like December all the way up to May. So it's like we don't really know. I don't even know if I want to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of things up in the air. A lot of things, man. Like I have travel plans in the future. I don't even know if those are gonna fall through. I pray they're gonna fall through because they're for a really good reason. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going for the flow. I'm just going with the flow, going with the flow. I can't control these outcomes right now. I can only control like what I do. So,
Yeah, the
and
rates are rising, man. COVID
yeah,
rates are rising because my girl, if anybody doesn't know, she works at a hospital and she's frontline. And they up here in Reno, they opened up the garages, so all the beds are in the garages now because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's it's rising, and I think some patients are already like getting taken care of in the garages and stuff like that because there's not enough room, and also there's not enough staff too, which is a huge issue. I think probably everywhere around the country is that they just don't have enough people. And to be qualified to do these things, you gotta, get your 4-year degree. You gotta do all that shit. So
yeah,
it's kind of like, you gotta let them take care of it because they know best. But that shit is rising. We're being more cautious. Like low key, do like I just stay home, man, because it's honestly like, what else am I gonna do? It's like I don't have any interest to do anything outside of the house,
mm-hmm,
really. That
yeah,
will you know make interest me. Like there's
yeah,
nothing. I can't think of anything besides right now. I would love to go to a damn concert, or music, and then just chill and have a beer and watch that shit. That would be awesome. But
yeah. That'd be good
that's
times.
that'll be forever change whenever the fucking next year comes. And like I know, I think you sent me like no Ticketmaster. Yeah, once
Yeah,
everything gets
Ticketmaster
back to
is
normal,
like,
yeah, they're gonna require vaccination. I mean, not vaccination. COVID result, negative results.
or the
Got to send it
vaccine,
to
yeah,
them.
one or the other, yeah. They're working out a
Yeah.
deal for it. I think a lot of more companies are going to be doing that. Just on this flight going to where I'm going, like we have to get a COVID test within 72 hours prior to the flight. It's super specific. Prior to their last plane's takeoff, you need to submit a negative COVID test, and then they're checking temperatures before you leave the airports and all that stuff. So it's like it's just another obstacle, man, that you have to go through to make something happen, to travel, to go to make an event happen. And I get it, man, but it's like I don't know, man. I just don't know. A lot of things I don't know. I can't say that I can't formulate a good, hard, solid opinion on, because I don't know. I can't say, oh, it's all politics. I don't know. I can't say, oh, the numbers are rising, but what about the recovery rate? But what about the 1%? Like the 1% matter though. Even if it is a 1%, it's my boy's grandfather. It could be my grandmother. It could be anybody. So it's like it is sensitive. It's a sensitive subject, man, and
Hmm.
it's here. it's here, and it's here to stay for a long time. And then these vaccines are gonna come, but the vaccines are unsure. And people, if you talk to the regular person, bro, I mean, that I know, they're unsure about the vaccine. My dad in the Navy said he has to take it for work, so he's gonna take it for sure. And he said, "Oh, they've been doing it on human trials, and everything's been going right." And then I hear like the vaccine is like they're not giving you like the COVID virus in it. It's something that's like COVID that tricks your body to build up the antibodies. So I don't know. There's so much information out there. I'm trying to sift through it and see what is like the real shit, because I'm hearing like I'm seeing reports, oh, December 12th we'll have a vaccine. I'm seeing another report, the world will go back to normal by May when the vaccines are out. So like what, like that's a 5-6 month difference. I don't see one coming next month that people are going to take. I'll tell you that. Um, so let's say long-term scenario, as early as May, that's 5 months into the year of 2021. Like, we need more stimulus checks. We need more job
Oh,
opportunities. We need the
oh,
economy to open up. Like, how
oh,
are we going to do this?
and I guess let me acknowledge this to everybody that's listening is that watch when tax season happens. Watch
Yeah.
everybody that got their unemployment. We got to pay them
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
We got to
See,
pay
and
them back.
I've been I took out my taxes off my unemployment. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I was getting mine's taken out, but mine's been. I'm not gonna lie. I got caught up in the situation, and mine's has been on hold for like the last few weeks,
Hmm.
um, just because of my current situation. And like it's super hard to get through the lines right now. They're clogged up. Emails, they're not responding to emails. So it's
Yeah, they
Nevada.
don't
Like
give a
it's
fuck, bro. They're
Nevada
too
is
congested. Yeah,
yeah.
they
Nevada
just
is it's it's not being handled, man. There's a lot of fucked up shit, man, that's going on, and it's uncertainty, and it's unstable. And but I'm not, through all of the things that I've been learning and all of the things that I've been studying throughout the last few years, I think has been preparing me for this time, because I could be losing my shit right now with some of the things that are happening in my life right now, I'll tell you, but I'm not. I'm fucking got my head on, and I'm faithful, and I feel good most days. I feel good most days. And I feel motivated most days, and I feel optimistic most days, and I'm doing things. I'm active most days. Um, but I know a lot of people out here that's not doing too good, man. And I just I try my best. Not gonna lie, I try my best to serve as that beacon of light, to enter some of that some positivity and some hope, because I know some people was fucked up, and we can't all kick it. We can't all check in on each other, or like hang out. So it's like, I just try to make my presence known on social media in that way, even though it's like a double-edged sword to me, because I hate social media sometimes. Most of the time I hate it. I'm not gonna lie, because I know what it does, and I know what it's about. And me knowing all that shit, I don't like it. But I also want to like encourage people, because I feel like I'm for the most, like I said, for the most part, I'm vibing high right now. Even despite all the shit that's going on, you know what I mean? Like I said, my situation is not perfect, but I'm blessed, right, in many ways. And so I just try to shift the perspective a little bit, um and adapt with the times. Like this time, when you get like those like memories that pop up like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And like
hmm
I remember this time last year, I was working so much. Man, I had like 3 jobs bartending. I was working events, festivals. I was working private events, having so much fun with my coworkers. You know, and the city was vibing. The holiday season was in the air. People were shopping. Tourists were here. And I look back and I'm like, man, that was just a year ago. Like, that's crazy. Like, so much has changed in one year. I would have never imagined it, man. And but like we always been saying forever, man. Since the beginning of this year, it's been crazy. So I don't know. I think I look at things a lot more deeper. I feel like than others. I don't just take everything as face value, and I feel like it's a mental and it's a spiritual war going on out here, more so than just the economy crashing and viruses and pandemics. Like it's a lot. It's all connected. It's all connected. Mental, spiritual, physical. It's all connected. So when you see all these things coming at you, man, people are like hurting out here, but people are also forced to wake up. So you either gonna fold and crumble right now, or you're gonna like rise up, and you're gonna find a way to like out of the despair, out of the desperation, out of the scarcity. It's just sad for some people who can't help themselves. I seen the governor of Nevada tweet yesterday said that this fall he's seen the largest spikes in suicide in the youth as young as 8 years old, because these kids are not in school. They're not socializing. They're not with their friends. They're not playing. These kids are getting traumatized, bro. Like wearing, you have to wear a mask. You can't see your friends. You have to social distance. These are kids, man. These are kids that are growing up. They have to live through this. Like they're not adults who have developed minds, and they can navigate through this. Most, not all adults, but like they're just kids, and they're gonna remember this forever,
Yeah,
and
imagine
it's
being a
sad.
small kid and being like, is this what life is?
Yeah.
Like, because
No, man.
they can't even experience it. It's
Like
this is
it
what
depends what
life
age
is right
bracket
now.
too.
You know,
Yeah. Depends
definitely
like
the
age bracket.
younger.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
well, like my daughter is 3, and she loves us being home all the time, and we have her like we have her like cute little masks that she can wear for fun. She'll probably wear it, if she has to. Um, but like other kids who are like, a little bit more who are socialized already, like, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, even to the young teen years, like especially in the beginning of this year, like what, you got to stay home. You can't see your friends. Oh, what if your home situation sucks? You know what I mean? What if your parents are assholes? What if your siblings are assholes? Like
Hmm.
right now this year we've been forced to sit down with ourselves and with the situations we've created, and the people, and the relationships that we've created. We've been forced to sit with that. You know what I mean? There's no more distractions. There's no more escapes, and it's not the easiest for some people, and it's hard sometimes. You know what I mean? Because like we gotta let loose. We gotta have fun. Like that's all part of life. That's all part of living, man. You work hard, you play hard. And right now, people are hardly working and hardly playing. So it's like, what the fuck? So
Hmm.
it's like, what are we doing yet? And it can get routine and mundane and boring and like what is this? Like why can't And I don't know, man. I've been trying to find my peace in I've been
So
doing, like I
what
said,
would
in reading and fishing and shit, like things, different
mhm,
like activities that I never really took up. Well,
right?
reading I've been doing a lot, but like fishing, I never really I didn't start fishing until this year. And now I
Mhm.
love this shit. I do it like fucking every week, and I'm catching fish, and I'm eating fish, and I'm being out in nature, and I'm exercising, and I'm getting up early, and and it's just I love it, man. I love it, and I don't know. People just gotta find you. You gotta adapt to the times. I honestly feel like in this world, like in this life, we cannot go into the future the same way we've been living in the past. Things might not ever be the same, and that's a
Right.
reality we gotta face. We can't be like everyone wants to go back to normal, but it's like, what if it doesn't go back to normal, fam? We just gonna be
Mhm.
waiting? Like we gotta start living again, man. However we can. You know what I mean? Like we have to start living now, how and adapt to the times, man.
Yeah,
You know,
live but I also think that I think everybody should have many backup plans, not just
oh
one,
yeah,
maybe
def,
like five,
yeah,
maybe like, because
yeah. I mean,
that's what I've been developing right now lately is that before the pandemic, I thought like, like the job that I had at the time, well, it could come back. It was involving like with the entertainment industry, convention industry, and that shit's gonna be the last thing that comes back. So it's like I have to like I'm trying to go back to school right now. I have different avenues. Like I want to do different. Like I have a bachelor's degree in music already. I could get a master's, so I could go
Yeah.
fucking teach kids. That shit's kind of fucking crazy. I'm also trying to think about going to IT, because technology is always advancing at a rapid rate.
Mm-hmm.
Advancing keeps going. Technology keeps going on, with or without us. So
Mm-hmm.
might try to tap into that, but then also at the same time trying to venture into like self-created things. Make my
Mm-hmm.
own music. Do art, whatever. Stuff like that. So it's just for me. I just been gotta gotta try to all this time that we have try to hone all those skills
Yeah, definitely.
because
Like build
by
build a
that
new
time
foundation.
you'll be
Yeah.
ready. You know.
Yeah,
So
exactly, exactly. I definitely feel that, and you just got to build a new foundation of skills and get started now because the world is definitely no matter what, vaccine or not, this world is different. This world is different. It's
yeah,
it's changed. It already has changed. So everyone thinks like the normal. What's normal anymore? You know, how can we go back to normal after this? I don't think
I
we're gonna
think
go back. I don't think we're
no
going
way.
back to normal, man.
I'm
I
wearing
don't
a
think
mask for life, dude.
this
That's
is the
that's
new
what's gonna
normal.
happen.
I
The
mean,
mask is staying on for life.
yeah. I mean, the best thing that's
Hmm.
gonna happen is like you know, you know, sports, entertainment, concerts, and shit open back up, but people still gonna be wearing their masks. You know, who's gonna take the? We're gonna see what happens when the vaccine comes out. Who's gonna take the vaccine? And then, if you don't take the vaccine, what things can you not participate in? Where can you go if you don't have the vaccine? Are you gonna
Dude,
risk getting COVID?
Wouldn't it
So
suck
it's like,
if you can't get a job unless you got the vaccine? Wouldn't that suck?
oh
Wouldn't that just be
my God.
oh
And you know
like that would
what?
be crazy.
I would have to make my best judgment because I'm not that much of a anti-vaccinator where it's like I'd have to like, okay, you'd have to use your best judgment. Okay, who took it? How are they? Any
If
weird
the
differences? You
if
know
The
what I mean?
Rock
Like,
took it, I'm taking it, bro.
yeah, you know what I mean? And
Or somebody.
because I've been hearing some crazy shit about this
Or
vaccine.
maybe if I know somebody that took it that's pretty close to me. How about that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
maybe distant
I would
family or
probably,
something. I'll
yeah,
be like, okay, what's going on? Are you feeling better?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
is it,
yeah, yeah. And I don't know, man. We haven't gotten there yet. We're a few months away from that. Apart
it's
from that,
coming up, so
but it's coming. It's
it's
coming.
time for a lot of people in America, actually around the world. But I don't know what's up with the world. Like around the world, seems pretty cool because they tamed it in a way,
Well,
but it's still there.
UK is locked down again, really bad. So
Yeah,
parts of
but
Asia don't.
Asia,
Yeah, Asia
Asia,
they
there's
got
just because they got hit first, so they're like, okay,
yeah.
and that's
But
it.
not only that is they got their this is not their first pandemic. They've been wearing masks and shit over there for years already,
Right,
and they
right,
got
right.
they got the technology down pat to go with it. Like they're tracing that shit like crazy, and they're like way more efficient as far as like the masks and all that shit. The America is the Wild West. Like you're gonna be like, no, I don't want no mask, or people still out here doing wilding, going. They don't give a fuck, man. Like there's no like it's no uniformity. Like there's no like, okay, everyone, let's not go to the bars. Okay, everyone, let's not go to the clubs. Okay, everyone, let's motherfuckers is doing. There's still a lot of people just doing whatever out here, So it's like it's
You can't
different.
stop them.
America's different, man.
Yeah,
Some Americans can be ignorant.
because that's our fucking motto. It's the land of the free. That's
Yeah, do what you
what we
want.
are.
Yeah, you don't want to. You know what I mean. There's a lot of that going on, and I see where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's like, what's so bad about wearing a mask, man? Just wear the fucking mask, man, and try not to be out here in the streets like doing whatever and like wash your hands, man. It's not that hard, man. It's simple
Yeah,
things right now. It doesn't have to be all crazy. You know what I mean? But
because that's sort of
people
like
just fuck,
50% of guys don't wash their hands after they take a piss. So that's
dude.
gonna Like, we know that shit. Come on, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
see dudes all the time just don't fucking wash their hands.
Dude, I was in the bathroom one time and this dude walked out the store after taking his shit and didn't wash his hands, bro. I'm fist
Nasty
bumping
ass.
everybody. I'm not shaking nobody's hand. So I'm giving you the elbow or at the
Fucking
most.
at the he's at the club, they're taking his hand, getting all the fucking lifesavers, dude. Fucking
Oh my
nasty
God,
ass motherfucker.
bro. So, I don't know, man. Uh there's just a lot, man. There's a lot to
I
go
think what we
through.
said I think what we said last time is that, it's just move on, everything's gonna be all right. Which it is. It's just sometimes because when you think about it, if this things is still going on, November 23rd, 2021, then damn, this is an issue. And then, so
I mean, man, I don't
but
even like I don't even want to think that far ahead, to be honest, because it's like that's a lot of uncertainty. I'm looking as
yeah,
far as
yeah.
May right now. I'm looking as far as May.
And he
But
sounds nice. Yeah, I'm down for May
yeah,
to just
yeah.
all right, let's because then the
We're,
summer would be like the one where everything like just kind of rolls back together like a snowball.
yeah,
And then boom, winter time
yeah.
comes up, Black Friday, PS6, and whatever, comes out.
Yeah, the same old shit, And I did read like a while back that which I believe the timeline they say is going to be an 18 to 36 month recovery for Las Vegas to come back to how it was before COVID. It's going to take some time. People are not going to feel safe right away to travel. It's going to take time, man. It's not going to happen right away, even with the vaccine out. So I'm preparing for a long. I'm mentally preparing for the long run, and I'm already thinking about different things like different industries like like we talked like you're looking into IT. I'm looking into the medical industry, see if I can start there somewhere, my own ventures, my own projects, because ultimately I want to have something that nobody can take away from me, that no employer or boss can be like, oh, you're laid off. Like I'm trying to build my own shit. That's where my head is really at. But I'm gonna have to take up a job somewhere to balance that out before those projects take off. I know that for sure. A little bit of help from the government would not be nice, wouldn't be bad at all. Also, man, we need some of that. We need some universal income out here, some more stimulus money. We need it, man, and the government knows that we need it. And I don't think it's all up to Trump either. I think Nancy Pelosi has a lot to do with it. Those other
It's
politicians,
everybody. Yeah, it's everybody in fucking Congress.
but
And
you
because
know,
it's gonna be weird because I think the it's mostly Republicans in
yeah.
Congress,
But
and
we
then
have a
Biden's gonna
Democrat
be
president.
president. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be another fucking conflict of hell.
Yeah,
And
so it's gonna be hard
they
for
need to
Biden to push
fucking
anything through. Yeah, it's gonna
yeah.
be,
So might be weird.
it's gonna be weird. I think it's just honestly, it's gonna be a 4 year stalemate. It's just gonna be a 4 year of not much change. Biden has a lot of ambitious plans to like invest in green energy and you know getting the proper PPE for all the businesses, or not getting them, but enforcing everyone to get it. I don't know how he's gonna make all this happen. I just hope the economy gets back to how it was before COVID happened because it was pretty good. Everyone was making money. Everyone that was making money. Just
Yeah.
about anyone. They had a job, they had a couple jobs. So
What about I've been seeing a lot of people hustling different ways.
yeah.
I've been seeing if you go on Facebook Market, I'll be seeing like 20 lumpias for $5.
Yeah.
Pick up at my crib, or
Well,
whatever.
people yeah,
Like I've been seeing a lot of that shit.
yeah. Yeah, people are making, food and they're just hustling them out. And, I know a lot, and, I got some family that's doing the little Filipino rice bowls and, you know, everyone is just trying to do it. And I respect it, man. Everyone is trying to make something, provide a service, support small business, man. I feel sad for all these businesses who are brick and mortars, and they're just gonna lose it all, man.
Yeah.
It's sad. I mourn for people like that, man. It's tough times. You could not have a job, you could not be getting your unemployment, but imagine having a business where you have a loan to pay, a rent to pay, and you're not making any money, you're not getting any business. Like there goes all your hard work right out the door, and that could be a hard pill to swallow. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
fucked.
I encourage people to, I encourage it. I encourage people to support small business throughout the holidays as much as possible, as much as possible. I mean, it's not gonna be the easiest thing to do because Walmart has everything that for cheap as fuck,
Yeah.
but
Hopefully they can, because
fuck.
fucking Black Friday is this Friday, man. And people are still down with that, even though they're broke. You know, so
Yeah, and
it's interesting to see
it's-
people, like when I go to, like, like, let's say I'm window shopping with my girl or whatever. Let's say we're looking for like furniture or whatever, and then I see
yeah.
hella people buying shit. I'm just like, damn, you really gonna buy that $1,700 couch? Not to judge you, but I don't I don't think that's a good idea. Like, we're
Yeah,
window
like right
shopping
now.
for the future. We're looking for the future. Like, okay, we'll be back in 6 months. I mean, maybe everything is cool,
Hmm.
but it's like, oh yeah, let me get that Tempur-Pedic. I got that Trump money. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, you want a
yeah,
king size? Okay. Wow. Like, these
yeah.
people are crazy, man. I was like, you guys are spending. That's why when I see people get like a PS5 is like what, $800. The new Xbox like 600. I don't know the exact prices, but come on, man. You guys don't need that shit.
There's
You
so
know.
many funny memes about that PS5. Like I seen like there's like they said, oh, if your credit score is lower than or your credit score is lower than what a PS5 costs, you don't need one or some shit like that. I butchered the fuck out of that shit. But
It's all good.
there's a lot of funny ones, man. Some people have their priorities ass backwards.
Shit, man.
I'm
If you're,
I'm I'm for one.
yeah,
Yeah. Whatever's, man. People, I hope, man, whatever's. I hope you have the money for it and I hope you enjoy it too. I just hope, you don't have to sell it or, give it back. But whatever it is, I spent a lot of money this year too, but I've spent things on things that I call them, and hopefully they're gonna pay themselves off with the amount of work that I put into it. I'm in little things that I invest in myself, like tools and things that I need for like these what I'm trying to create, materials, tools. So I've been trying to, invest in things like that. But as far as like nice things, or like extra shit, like I haven't shopped and shit. I haven't really bought too many things, like except for quality, you know, products. Like I got a new computer and to do all the shit that I'm trying to do. I ain't bought a computer since 2009 though, so I was kind of overdue. You know,
mm-hmm. Way overdue. Shit.
yeah. So but I'm betting on myself with all these things because I know I'm gonna put the work in to try to make it all back. I'm not just trying to buy shit to be flashy or to whatever. I'm just trying to invest. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's uh that's part of the times, man. We
It
need
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But I think it's a one of my the true blessings, not to be all like broy, is like, man, I'm just so glad UFC is here, bro. Cause that shit
oh yeah.
keeps me like, okay, well, it's a little bit crazy, but let me watch this shit. Let me watch the fucking modern day gladiators go at it,
Yeah.
every fucking Saturday. Let's go. Cause that shit's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a wonderful thing to have something like that. And we had the return of basketball. We had football too.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
guys are
yeah.
into, I mean, if you're into that, but UFC is one of the things that we know we're both into. I know that, but um what you call it? It Oh, did you see what Khabib said? He was like, I'm not really trying to go back to fighting. He's trying to be like a farmer now. Like he bought like sheep and shit, and like
I
cows.
thought I thought he was in entering the telecom business. You know, I thought he was
Telecom.
trying to. I heard he's trying to make like his own cell phone company in like Russia, Dagestan area, and try to give everybody, cellular service.
Oh, I didn't, I
That's
didn't, I
big.
didn't, I
That's big
didn't.
money.
Yeah, I didn't look into that. I
I
didn't
know, but
catch that. Maybe.
I think there's yeah. I was reading something about that he's gonna try to do that. And that's a lot of money, dude. That's hey, he's smarter than he looks. You know, people just think he wrestles bears or whatever. You know, whatever.
Yeah,
So shit. And then fucking Poirier versus McGregor official January.
yeah.
Dope.
I think that's gonna be. I think that's an interesting fight because Poirier got a lot better than from the last time they fought, which was I think was in 2014.
Yeah.
He got a lot better and he's been way more active than Connor has been. But Connor, you know, he looks in really good shape and he's all you can never count him out. But
I don't
I don't think
I
it's gonna
just
be
feel
as easy
like
as the first time.
I don't feel like Poirier should like try to like really like like pepper and like pepper like because Connor would I could see him knocking him out for sure. Connor knocking
Yeah, yeah.
Poirier out.
Well,
That left
Connor is
hand
like a
is just
super
fucking crazy.
precise. Yeah, he's a super
Yeah.
precise striker. If he's gonna go strike for strike with Connor, he'd probably lose. But you know,
Yeah.
you can never count him. I mean, anything can happen in a fight.
And
You know,
then
but that's
did
fun.
you watch the
That's
last one?
something to look forward to.
Did you watch the last one?
Yeah, I seen like the last four fights. Yeah,
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 yeah. It was pretty nice for like being like not like superstar like names on it. It was like
yeah.
it was pretty decent. So I thought I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
it was entertaining. It was entertaining. I caught the last few fights.
Yeah.
You know, it's always fun to watch the fights, man. I love even like fighters that I don't even know. Like I'll tune in and be like, yo, I'll peep the technique. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, the Undertaker finally retired. 30 years, bro.
Oh, he did. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He retired yesterday, Sunday.
Did you see
So
he was on Hot Ones?
he was on Hot Ones, he was on ESPN MMA, he's on everything because if everybody don't know, Undertaker, WWF, WWE, um, he's the fucking dead fucking character, the guy who plays the dead guy, choke slams people and shit. But he usually doesn't do interviews. He's probably never done interviews and stuff like that to
Yeah.
keep his character because in wrestling,
Hmm.
you gotta keep in character, and he took it really seriously. He wasn't like like let's say like The Rock back in the day. The Rock was like used to be like the asshole, but then like when he goes on Jimmy Kimmel or Jay Leno back in the day or whatever, then he acts all nice.
Hmm.
Undertaker really kept his character. So now, 30 years later, like literally 2, 3 weeks before he retires, he goes on every fucking show and just
That's
talks,
great.
chats,
Yeah.
talks about the stories, his time back in the day, how it was crazy, and stuff like that. And he like revealing not the secrets, but just like the nice Easter eggs about like everybody, you know, and shit. So
Yeah.
now he's retired. He said, I'm good. And then it's like, shit, yeah. But that's crazy. 30 years, man. You've been doing it 30 years.
Dude, I remember Undertaker with the purple gloves. Oh
Yeah, yeah,
shit!
OG
Fuck with the fucking man with the
with
hat
the
with the
hat,
fedora,
pale ass
bruh.
face, Paul
Paul
Bearer.
Bear,
So
yeah.
so at the when he retired at the end, they had a hologram of Paul Bearer with the urn.
Get the
And then and
fuck
then
out.
and then Undertaker was like saluting him.
That's crazy. I gotta
Let's do
catch
it,
that.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
catch that.
awesome. That's awesome. Was
So
Kane there?
no, Kane wasn't there, but because Kane's a mayor of Tennessee. You know
Oh,
that
I
he's a mayor
forgot
of
about
this.
that shit.
Yeah, so he's a mayor, so he had to fulfill his duties. But there is a docu series on the Undertaker. It's called The Last Ride, where it kind of like the last couple years of his life, like they kind of document it, and like he's just like hurting, like he's like hitting the
Uh,
ropes, like he's just like, damn, I can't move like this anymore, man. Like he has to go like cryotherapy like every
uh.
fucking day and shit, and like he was just getting older, and he was like kind of just like admitting it, man. It's like I'm too old for this shit. I can't do this shit
Yeah,
anymore,
yeah. I mean,
because
that's
he's
hard on your body,
ailing.
man.
So
Wrestling is hard on your body, man. I mean, shit. Like, and
yeah,
he did it for 30 years. That is crazy. Who has a career like that for 30 years?
yeah, and it's crazy because like people say it's fake fighting, man, but dude, you land on that canvas for real. That hurts for
I seen an
real.
interview. I seen an interview with Diamond Dallas Page on London Real. If you guys don't know who London Real is, He's this guy he interviews like the most interesting, successful people in their fields in the world. He has really, really, really good interviews with of really, really credible people. And he had DDP on there because he was a big fan. And DDP said, yeah, it's scripted, but you can't fake gravity. You can't fake
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
flying through the air and you're slamming on the mat or on the table or on the steel cage or off the ladder. You can't fake that shit. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's simple as that.
He has yoga, DDP
Yeah,
yoga.
that's what they talked about, the yoga and how I didn't know that DDP was because he told his story on this interview, and he was like, he started I think I don't know the exact, I'm gonna butcher this, but he said he didn't become champ, or he didn't start wrestling until he was 36.
Right, because he was like a manager at the time.
Yeah,
He was like a character managing
yeah,
wrestlers. And he was like, you
yeah,
know what? I'm gonna get in this shit.
yeah.
So
And he everyone said he couldn't do it, but he said the way he made it through was back then, when this was in the 90s, right? Or what, late 90s, early 2000s. When he was wrestling, he was like, he was icing himself after every show for the inflammation. He was doing the green cold press, green smooth green shakes. Back then, cold press. Like no one
mm,
was doing this in the early 2000s, late 90s, bro. So his daughter, I think he said his daughter was making him all these healthy shakes, and he was doing all this holistic stuff back then. So yoga was just a natural transition into his whole lifestyle. How he was able to keep healthy through at that age through his whole career. So it was really interesting, in that interview. If you guys want to check that out, London Real, check out his YouTube channel. He interviews like the best people all around the world, and they give such crazy they drop so many gems on there, man. So many fucking gems, bro. Highly recommend it. But yeah, man.
have you peeped DDP yoga? Have you ever tried it?
Nah. I know I
Dude,
didn't even really look
it's
into it
it's
too much.
fucking it's crazy hard, dude. It's
Yeah, I
like
know
if you
he
do a
uses
beginner
weights and
one,
shit. Yeah.
it's kind of like it's like you're doing yoga, but he tells you to tense up all your muscles at the same time. So you're working everything out, and then you're just like, it's fucking really difficult. But damn, dude, if you could do it, like, cause he has that success story of DDP yoga. This guy was like, I guess in the army, he was, and then like he got injured, couldn't really walk anymore. He got hella fat and shit, like stupid, extremely fat, and then all of a sudden started doing DDP yoga. His back started getting straighter. Now this dude's like fucking running, sprinting and shit, dude. I think
Yeah.
he was on Joe Rogan, DDP. I don't know if you've seen that episode.
Oh.
Yeah,
Um
he made Joe Rogan cry with that story. Yeah, Joe Rogan was crying. He was like, "Holy shit, that shit's fucking
wow.
motivating." But
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
anyways,
do. I
check that
remember that.
shit
I
out.
remember that.
Yeah, check that shit out, dude. If you
Yeah.
wanna,
And that dude is
yeah,
62, bro. Like
yeah, yeah.
when I look at older people like that, they give me so much hope and inspiration. Because when I look at people in their 50s still thriving, in their 60s still thriving, I look at motherfuckers and I look at the contrast of like motherfuckers my age or younger with no energy and no motivation. And I'm like, how the fuck, like, how? We still got motherfucking 30, 40 years of good energy output. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, man. Everyone's got to find their own way, But
hmm
because I'm
Maybe it's
trying
just
to,
mind over matter. It's just
yeah,
like since you're older now, you've toughened your sword,
yeah,
like you've yeah. Then you
yeah,
when you get older, you're just like, okay, I know everything that I need to know, that, and I could just do this now, and
yeah,
try to live
exactly.
longer.
And I try because I think about that shit all the time. Because I tell myself and I tell others all the time, I'm 33 years old and I don't even think I hit my prime yet. And what I mean by that is because I know motherfuckers in high school who I who went to high school with where I'm from, and they capped out then. They were all star on football team, getting all the chicks, and now they fucked up right now. They're like super out of shape and unhealthy and recovering from drugs and all kinds of just drama. And I'm like, whoa, like what the fuck happened? You fell all the way fucking off. and not to like, pass any judgment or put, put them down. But when I look at myself, I'm like, man, I'm just continuously, and I came from that life. I was like that. I was I wasn't the best. I think what you call it. I'm a late blossomer. I think. You know,
Mm.
um, what you call it. I'm honestly continuously trying to strive to be better in every area of my life. And when I look at people, I've met a few people in my life who are late 40s, early 50s, early 60s, and I'm like, man, like you're still going. You're in shape, financially free, family is good, relationship is good. Like wow. And I'm 33. That means I got like 20, 30 years to go to get this fucking straight, or just to get it straight now and keep fucking going. And that shit gives me so much fucking hope when I see people like that.
Yeah, I
Cause
don't know who
yeah,
made up that shit. Like, oh, you gotta have all this shit by your 30. When you're 30,
yeah,
like like who made that
yeah.
shit up?
Dude, I know some people like a lot of the successful people that I've been looking at, they didn't get successful until their 40s, or they didn't really start enjoying their life until their 50s. And the trend that I've been seeing, especially with Filipinos, I can't say especially with Filipinos, guys. That's the old school. I see a lot of new school Filipinos who are starting young and they're taking off, and I'm like, man, I'm inspired by them. Like they got their shit. You know what I mean? They got their shit together. But like some people, they just, I'm just gonna live this normal life and not take care of my health and wither away and then suffer. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to go down that road. I'm gonna continuously trying to get better, healthier, more. You know what I mean? Like, so that's just the whole wave that I'm on. I know, as the younger they are, the better they should be. My younger cousins, my children, they should be better than me. You know what I mean? That's what evolution is about. So I always applaud when I see younger folks doing better than me. I don't look at them now, and I don't look at them and I'm like, oh man, like I feel away. I'm like, I look at people like that. I'm like, man, like I wish I would have had my shit together at that age. But
Yeah,
it's never too late. It's never ever too late. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're here, that's what you're here for. It's to grow and evolve. So that's the whole
yeah,
wave, man. And
respect it. Yes.
that's a good life. That's a good life to be lived. Because who wants to live a life sick and unmotivated and just until you die and then you suffer and it's just like, what the fuck kind of life is that, man? That's not a life worth living. So I mean, I don't know. Man, my boy told me his grandfather lived till 93 years old, and he died at home in bed at peace with his family by his side. That's how I want to go out.
Mm.
That's how I want to go out. I don't want to go out all these ailments and just regrets, and I don't want to go out like that. I want
Shit,
to go
man.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Sometimes just scared to go to the fucking doctor, man, to get a checkup, man, because I don't like. Sometimes I don't even want to know what I got,
Yeah,
because
but you should go, and I got to go too because I haven't been in years. But
yeah, me neither. It's like an Asian thing, man, because like I don't know about you, but for me, like my family, like they were like super anti-doctor. We're all about
yeah.
holistic shit and being
Hmm.
like, and be like, put some Tiger Balm, it's all good,
Well, I
whatever.
believe in that
Like,
shit. Yo, listen, I
you
think
know,
Eastern Eastern medicine
mm-hmm.
is better than Western medicine in many ways. It's hard to compare. I can't say, but like I trust
Yeah.
like the Eastern ancient philosophy and like Eastern medicine, the holistic. I like that way more than this westernized pills, surgery. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, those things come in handy, right, when they're needed, but they're not the go-to in the East. In the West, it is. And I like the balance of both. You gotta have to have the best of both worlds. You need the good surgical doctors. You need some medications that, you need certain medications, but at the most part, you need the holistic shit too. You need that shit, which is practiced by all Eastern traditions. Like you need that shit. And look at the people. There's old Asian people, so they must they must know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all they do is
There's not
drink
that much.
green tea
Yeah,
every
there's not
day.
that much obesity over there, like there it is in America. So it's different. You know what I mean? Like they live longer over there, I think. So they're doing something right.
Yeah,
But
it's yeah, they're
yeah.
doing some good shit, man. But fuck, dude. What else?
But you know what? I just wanted to talk about. I just
Your
wanted to
book,
talk about.
the book you reading?
Yes, yeah, the book that I'm reading, "Stillness Is the Key" by Ryan Holiday. I just picked this up like a few days ago. I'm gonna show it right here. Um, I'm not, I don't know if you can
Oh,
see it.
that shit look
Just
all fucking.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But look it up. "Stillness Is the Key." You got the background on there by Ryan Holiday. It's a number one New York Times bestseller. Came out in like 2018. I'm about like a little less than halfway through, but it just there's a couple things I want to read. But before I get into it, he talks about just finding space in your inner self in your life to be able to process and take everything in, and not, just like everything else that's been going on with like, we live in a 24/7 news cycle, and there's so much information out there, so much distractions out there, so many rings and dings and notifications, and there's so much information out there, man. It's like it's distracting. It's not good for you. It's not going to help you excel in life tuning into it all the time, like I've been saying, even though I'm guilty of it as well. But I try to, like, what do you call it? Tailor my information and my input to good shit. I'm not trying to watch too much dumb shit. I'm just not. I'm just not trying to watch too much dumb shit. I'm trying to. The one quote in the book is said, to get good input, to get good output, you have to watch over the inputs. Meaning you
Mm,
can't you can't consume all this dumbass shit and expect to output good quality shit, or have, your actions follow quality things. Like you have to feed yourself good quality information. And that's key right now, because there's so much information out there, and media and all this other shit. There's so much to consume, sitcom shows, fucking sports, fucking news, fucking, whatever. It's like, yo, slow the fuck down, turn all that shit off, breathe, close your eyes, think, be quiet, and just let everything. You'll be surprised by what happens. That's why I've been so big on meditation. I don't, like I've been saying, I meditate every day like I brush my teeth. It's already ingrained in me. I have to do it. There's not a day that goes by that I can't do it, because I feel like I'm a high strung person, but I'm really chill. But the meditation just practice just balances me all out. But there's a part
gotcha.
of this book. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
part of this book. Go ahead.
So it's funny because I just started reading a book too, and the
Yeah, what
first
you doing?
chapter actually talks about the same thing.
Yeah.
And what I'm
What's the
reading,
book?
I just started it like at chapter one, but it's I don't even see it. It's leadership, strategy, and tactics.
Oh, that,
Jocko Willink,
yeah,
right?
Jocko Willink. He's really good. He's really good.
So he's a Navy SEAL. Um, but literally the first chapter, it's called detach. You must detach yourself from the
Yes.
situation
Mm.
because he's a combat. Like he has
Hmm.
to lead the group, and then if shit's like getting kind of foggy or whatever, all he does he says literally, you got to step backwards, take a step back, observe your surroundings, observe the situation, and then tackle the task. That's all he
Yes.
says.
Yes. Yeah,
So
and that is that's a great segue for what I want to go into as well. And it's a balance of detaching yourself and not being too much in the weeds and in the ruts. You have to slow down, pause, take a good look around, breathe, focus on your breathing. Like, it's all about, like, your attention can go so many places. Bring it back in where you're at. Center yourself, man. And there's so many ways to do it. It's not just meditation. You could, a lot of people do it playing golf. A lot of people do it playing chess. A lot of people do it in the gym, or running, or cycling, or kayaking, or whatever. That could be your meditation, you know? There's so many ways to do it. I find myself, I do it in a few ways. I journal every day. I try to exercise I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week, you know, trying to give myself that time and that space to work things out, whether it be frustrations or my inner demons, um, you know, and then, you know, like I do, you know, I practice on your craft, you know, the process of practicing a craft is one tricky thing. So there's this chapter in this book called Let Go, and he talks about it starts off like this. I'm going to read it to you. Work done for a reward is much lower than work done in the yoga of wisdom. Set thy heart upon thy work, but never on its reward. Work not for the reward, but never cease to do thy work. And this is by the Bhagavad Gita. And it goes into, it basically breaks down. There was this great archery master named Ava Kenzo who taught, you know, the technical mastery of the bow to his students. And what Kenzo wanted students to do was to put the thought of hitting the target outside of their minds, detach from it. Don't even think about hitting the target. He wanted them to detach from the idea of an outcome. Like, just don't even think about an outcome. Like, you're pulling back, you're doing the action. Don't even think about hitting the target. Just practice, just focus on that, what you're doing. And then it goes into like, you know, we're so rigid, you know, like what we need in life, in the arts and sports, is to loosen up, to become flexible, to get to a place where nothing becomes in our way, not even our own obsession of the outcome. You know, a lot of times we get so fixated on, oh, I need to do this. It has to happen this way. If it doesn't happen this way, then everything's going to fall apart. And what we need is just like, and it's a metaphor for life. Like, it's not going to happen the way you want it to happen. So just loosen up, relax, see how it's going with the flow. It's not working this way. Oh, fuck that. Let's go this way. Let's try it this way. Okay, no, not this way. Let's go this way. You know, it's a ride. It's the ebb and flow. And then this is one of my favorite parts is when he goes into you know, he would have his students, you know, shooting their arrows into piles of hay for months, just practicing and not even giving a fuck about hitting a target, just focusing and being present on the action of pulling the bow back, just doing that, just doing that, just doing that. Don't even think about the outcome. And then one day he's like, okay, our new exercise after months of doing that is practicing on hitting the target. And then when they would do that, if they hit the target, he wouldn't even praise them for it. He wouldn't even praise them for it. But if they didn't hit the target, he wouldn't even say anything. Nothing. He would just have them do it, have them do it. He wanted them to get lost in the process. He wanted them to just keep practicing. He wanted them to just open their minds so that they can learn. Don't even worry about it. Just keep doing it, because repetition is key. Repetition is key. You know, and then my favorite last part, what I'm going to end off with this on this subject. This is the balance we want to strike. If we aim for the trophy in life, be it the recognition or power or wealth, we'll miss the target. If we aim too intensely for the target, as Kenzo warned his students, we will neglect the process and the art required to hit it. What we should be doing is practicing. What we should be doing is pushing away the willful will. He calls it the willful will. Like, oh, I need to get there. I need to get there. I need to get there. You know, you got your finger on the button so hard that you just bypass the means to an end. Like, why do you need to get there? You know, the closer we get to mastery, the less we care about specific results. The more collaborative and creative we're able to be, and the less we will tolerate ego or insecurity. The more at peace we are, the more productive we can be. So what I took from that is, it's a metaphor for life, you know, and in anything that you want to do, you have to have great patience if you want to be great at it. So don't even worry about fucking up. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about the end goal. Focus on the moment, focus on the one step. You have to break it down into steps, and that's how you can create stillness.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one step that you have to do to get there? What's the first thing you have to do? Focus on that. What's the second thing you have to do? Focus on that. It's like brick by brick, day by day. And when you break it down into that, you can learn to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. And if you keep enjoying the process and just keep it going and practicing and then just enjoying the fuck up, appreciating the fuck ups, not getting too worked up if it fucks up because you know it's gonna take time. You know it is.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
excellence doesn't come without investing time and being patient and practicing. It doesn't come. So just know that it's gonna be a road. It's gonna be a while till you become really good at that thing. Focus on the practice, and excellence will come. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was
Gotcha.
really, really, I thought that was really, really insightful. That if you want to become great at anything, don't focus too hard on like achieving the outcome. Focus on the
Mm-hmm.
first thing that you need to do and try to focus on that and enjoy it. Because what's life if you can't enjoy it? If you're going to dedicate years and years and years to something and you're not even going to enjoy the process, what kind of life is that? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a balance, man. It's really a balance. And a lot of people, fuck this shit, this process. And I was getting like that too. Like things can be frustrating, it's natural. But you have to just reset and reevaluate and be like, if you want to be great at something, you cannot quit. People quit because they don't like the process, you know?
It's kind of like working out, exercising. Like it's gonna hurt. You're gonna get sore. You're gonna get tired. But it's kind of
That's
like you
part
gotta
of it.
have that. You
That's
gotta
part of it.
you gotta know that like it's good for you and you're gonna
Yeah.
enjoy it and that
You gotta.
outcome in the
Mhm.
future, whether it's for aesthetics or for internal
Yeah,
health.
yeah.
Um,
You're gonna
yeah,
get there if you
it'll
keep
get there.
going. You're gonna get there if you keep going. You just gotta learn how to, excuse me, enjoy the process because it's a process. And if you're doing it and you're not enjoying the process, then you're already doing it wrong. So love the work, love the grind, um, and also empty your mind and like not to get all woo woo again, but like it gets deep, man. You got to read the book. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. That's just one little chapter. There's so many parts about he talks about like, how to get to that still part. Because consciousness is a tricky thing, man. Our brains are where do ideas come from? Do you think all
Yeah.
your ideas are your ideas, or are you just a satellite or an antenna for ideas that's coming from the cosmic mind, from the universal consciousness? Because if you think all your ideas are your ideas, then you might be just egotistical or just self-centered or you just you don't I don't know. There's nothing new under the sun. So in order for you to gain insight and ideas and have breakthroughs, you need to be calm and be still, because that's when they'll come to you. If you're inputting all stimulation and fucking your phone is ringing and you're watching the TV and you're just tuned into whatever dramas out there happening in the world, you're not going to have good thoughts, good quality thoughts. You're not going to have insights. You're not going to have breakthroughs, or you may, but they're not going to come as easy as trying to create that quiet space within yourself, that still
Yeah.
calm quiet space. And everyone has the
Hmm.
capability of doing that. Everyone does. So it's all about developing it and finding your way through it, and that's what I've been in on right now. And I honestly think it would help a lot of people if people learn how to do it. So I highly recommend
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
book.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, that social media shit kill you, man. That shit will kill you.
It's just like the thing is like look, it's super addicting. It's super super addicting. It's highly manipulative, and it doesn't. What good can you say comes from it except for connecting with your friends and fam? But not really though, because even when you're with your friends and fam, they're on their phones on social media. So what the like what like I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
so it's so hard for that thing to go away. I think it's the most
Not
addicting drug of any drug for sure
yeah, it's not going
because
nowhere.
everybody has one. Everybody
Yeah,
has the phone,
it's so easy.
and shit, man. It's hard to say like, oh, I need to get rid of it. It's like
It's not. It's
it,
right
it
there. It's in your pocket.
you can,
Yeah.
but you're gonna go back to it eventually. So it's
Think
like, you know,
I've been trying to find my balance with it. It's like just take breaks. Take a week. Take a month. Take 2 weeks. just to, take breaks, take incremental breaks. That's what I try to do, because I know I'm gonna be back on it. I know I'm gonna be back on it because there are a lot of things, like I do catch like a lot of inspiring things on there. Obviously friends and family are on there. Um, but it's just too much, man. A lot of times it's too much, man. And like now, like, and I've been preaching this shit for years. Honestly, I was looking at my Facebook one night because my daughter wouldn't let me sleep, and I've been talking about this social media shit back in 2015, 5 years ago. I was talking about, man, motherfuckers spend too much time on social media. I've been saying that shit a lot, man. Like, because I've seen, like, I know I've told this story before. I hopped on Instagram in 2008, like 2 weeks after it was launched, because of a Harvard professor came down the community college out here and gave a lecture and he was teaching us that he told us that he taught the students that created Instagram. So we're like, oh, what's this app, Instagram? Me and my girl downloaded it, and back then there was no followers, there's no stories, there was nothing like it was now. It was just an app about pictures and filters. I enjoyed taking pictures, so I used it for that. We didn't have followers, so I literally seen Instagram from that blow up to what it is now, which is like
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers is living on that shit. Motherfuckers is living on there. This was 2008. I seen it blow up. I mean, or launch. I was literally me and girl. We were literally the first 100 users on that shit, because you can look up your profile. We're like one of the
Mm.
first 100 users on that shit. Um, so it's 12 years later. I see how it's like worked its way into modern day society, and how it can be a tool, but how detrimental it is to people's mental health, and
Shit, dude.
how
Look at
how distracting it is as well.
yeah, dude. Like distracting. Like look at TikTok, dude. I don't
Yeah,
use that shit. I feel like I don't even
have,
understand that
yeah,
shit. But
yeah,
man, dude, that shit. I swear that's not. It hasn't even been like 2 years since the app's been
yeah,
out. Skyrocket. It is
yeah,
the talk of the town. Addicting as fuck because it's like an Instagram, but it's like a little loop. Like a little
yeah,
clip that loops, and you can just swipe, boom. And then it's funny how Facebook and Instagram just steals all the app's ideas and try to make one super app because that's what they do.
yeah.
That's why Snapchat ain't that hot. That's why Vine died. That's why all this shit. I was like,
Just yeah, man.
whatever. There's a
It's
competition, but
yeah, yeah, man. But this is also another form of social media, being on YouTube, and but we're trying to put out good information, and we're doing this for a good reason, and whoever watches this, our friends, our family, new people who watch this, um, we're just a couple of regular dudes, man, but we're trying to navigate through this whole thing with you guys, and help each other,
yeah,
and just kind of like give good information, man, and high spirits and good vibes, and we all in this together, man. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to tune in. Don't be afraid to engage with us. We'll engage back. I feel like a lot of people, they're just like too. They keep that low profile, mysterious. I'm not on social media, but I am type vibe. Like, motherfucker, you seeing all this shit. You're
oh
seeing
yeah,
everything.
it's definitely
You know what I mean?
everybody's on.
You're seeing
It's
this.
like
You're seeing this shit. So don't make like you don't see it. You know what I mean? Like, don't pretend like you ain't seeing it when you're on there every day seeing it. But whatever, man. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You
But
know.
shit,
But
man. Well,
hey, there's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. We're an hour and 13 minutes in right now. Um, I want to get deeper into some other subjects, but we're gonna have to. We should just save it for another time. I think this is
yeah,
another. I think this is a pretty good podcast. Kind of like just, it's been a 20-day
we're getting
hiatus, so
back. Yeah, we're getting back
let's get
on
back
it and
into it.
shit, and then we're gonna see how the world turns out again, and we're gonna talk about it. But
Yep.
you know, I think hopefully everybody's grateful for what they have right now, especially Thanksgiving. Please sit down at the table, have a nice turkey or tofurkey or whatever the fuck you're eating,
Yeah. So
and be grateful that you are sitting there and you're enjoying every fucking bit morsel of that food and your
amen
time
with that.
with your family.
Amen to that.
Unfortunately, I can't like be with my family because COVID, shit like that. Keep it safe. So I'm gonna spend it with my girl. We're gonna have a good time. All the turkey to myself, so it's all good.
Gravy, gravy,
Make it from
pumpkin pie.
scratch.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey man, like
So
I totally, I'm with that, man. Enjoy the times, man, as best as you can. Be grateful because it could be a lot worse, or you don't you don't even have to be here. Be grateful. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's gonna be listening to this. Peace and love out there, man. Stay up, keep your head on, and read this book. And fucking, find a place, man. Find your meditation, whatever that is. If you can't sit still for 20 minutes a day, go for a run. If you don't like running, go to the gym. If you don't like going to the gym, just write all your feelings and your thoughts down, because that's going to create presence. That's going to create stillness. Just do something, man. Do something that tunes you out of all the drama and the chaos that's going on out there. Tune out and tune in. So until next time, folks. Steven, is there anything you want to add on to that?
not at all. Just everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, guys, man. Until next time, To Reserve Podcast, Steven Mack. Happy holidays. We'll check back in soon. Peace.